Barbie, what was the evidence, the DNA evidence in question?
Well, this is a very crucial element of the case, certainly. There are two pieces of forensic evidence that linked Amanda Knox and Raffaele Sollecito, her former boyfriend, to the murder of Meredith Kircher, according to the prosecution. Linking Knox to the murder was a knife in which Amanda's DNA was on the handle and Meredith Kircher's DNA was on the blade. That was a very contentious piece of evidence because the material on the blade was never double tested because there wasn't enough of it. What the independent experts found in their report that they submitted today was that that's not valid. It's just not good enough that there's not you have to double test all forensic evidence in a case like this. They did confirm that it is Amanda's DNA on the handle, but the knife was found in her boyfriend's apartment. They contend perhaps she cooked there, as her family says. So that's justifiable. That blade, though, the Meredith Kircher's DNA on the blade, for all practical purposes, has been thrown out, as far as the independent experts have found. In the other piece, two pieces that were re-examined, Raffaele Sollecito's DNA was found on the metal clasp of Meredith Kircher's bra that had been cut from her body after she was murdered. Now, the problem with that piece of evidence is that it was collected 6 weeks after the murder occurred. The crime scene had been closed during that whole time, but it wasn't collected, and the experts said, hey, that's just not good enough. You need to have a clean piece of evidence, and they contend that perhaps contamination could have occurred. So these two very important pieces of forensic evidence that linked Amanda Knox and Raffaele Sollecito to the murder of Meredith Kircher are now, according to these experts, not valid. What remains to be seen, though, keeping everything in perspective, is what the appellate court does with this. They'll get they've got the report now, but they'll be argued, this report will be argued by the defense, by the prosecution, by a number of experts on the 25th of July. So that's when we'll know exactly what this appellate court is thinking.
And the judge will accept this argument being made based on this independent review?
Well, they will take into consideration the independent experts. They called for an independent review of the forensic evidence, but you have to remember that in the Italian court system, everybody has a voice. You've got the family of Meredith Kircher has a lawyer present. The prosecution who originally prosecuted this trial is in the courtroom. You've got experts from the defense, both Raffaele Sollecito and Amanda Knox. They will all be able to provide their own rebuttal or their own information that backs up the findings of these independent experts. It is very positive for Amanda Knox right now, but we don't know what the appellate court is going to do with it. And it's also important to keep in perspective that they were convicted on a variety of issues, not just these two pieces of forensic evidence. It's very important, there's no question, but we don't know what weight this holds for the appellate